Before I start, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I promise this story is one that will stay with you long after you hear it. It all began with a laugh. We were at a friend's anniversary party, a glittering event filled with champagne, laughter, and carefully rehearsed smiles. My wife Claire had that effortless charm that drew people in. Everyone admired her. But that night I noticed something that didn't belong. A man slightly older, a bit too familiar with Claire, leaned in close, whispering something in her ear. She didn't step back. Instead she laughed. Not politely, not dismissively, but a loud, ringing laugh that cut through the music. My stomach twisted. Something about it made my chest tighten, my heart pounding in a way that didn't feel right. I tried to convince myself it was nothing, just a joke, just harmless flirting. But the laughter lingered, echoing in my mind long after the moment passed. Weeks before the party, there had been little things. Missed calls she brushed off as spam or work-related. Glances at her phone I didn't understand. A subtle change in the way she carried herself, slightly distant, distracted, yet still warm when she smiled at me. I wanted to believe it was me imagining things, that I was overreacting. But deep down, a seed of doubt had been planted. That night I couldn't shake it. I watched quietly as the man tried again, stepping a little closer, his hand brushing hers ever so slightly. And again Claire laughed. I wanted to confront him, to pull him away, to make sense of what was happening. But a strange part of me froze. I left the room for a moment, letting the cool air hit my face, trying to calm the storm inside. When I returned, I saw them from across the room. Leaning too close, whispering, the casual intimacy of strangers who knew each other too well. My mind replayed every little sign I'd ignored. Later, when we got home, I asked quietly, "Who was that man at the party?" Claire smiled, brushing it off. "Just someone being silly. He thought he could flirt with me, he's harmless." Harmless. The word didn't sit right. But her laugh, the way she looked at him, the lack of discomfort, everything contradicted her explanation. I wanted to argue, to push, but instead, I retreated into silence, the questions burning behind my teeth. Over the next few days, my curiosity gnawed at me. I noticed the phone she left on the counter, unlocked. I shouldn't have, but I read a message. Just one. And it was enough. "Can't wait to see you again. Last time was fun. Maybe next time no one will notice." My hands shook. My chest tightened. I felt dizzy. Betrayal isn't always obvious. Sometimes it creeps in like smoke, filling a room until you can't breathe. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but I also wanted proof, clarity, something undeniable. I watched her carefully, noticing patterns I hadn't before. Sudden phone calls when I was in the next room, long vanishing acts to run errands, moments of laughter that felt too bright, too knowing. Every memory of her now felt tainted. The little things, her hand on mine, her teasing, our late-night talks, suddenly seemed layered with deception. Finally, I decided I needed to confront her. Not in anger, but with the truth. I needed clarity for my own sanity. "Claire," I said one evening, "we need to talk about the party. About him." She looked at me, her face falling. For the first time I saw something behind her eyes, guilt. Something real, something human. I didn't mean to make it seem like anything serious," she said. Her voice was soft, shaky. "He tried to, cheat." I laughed because it was ridiculous, embarrassing, and I didn't want to make a scene. I didn't want you to see me encourage it. I blinked, confusion and relief colliding. "You laughed at him? Because it was awkward? Not because—" She shook her head. "Not at all. I swear. I love you. I just didn't know how else to react. I didn't want to hurt anyone, including myself." The truth didn't erase the tension, but it did explain the dissonance I'd felt. My heart ached, not with betrayal, but with the realization of how fragile trust can be, how easily perception can twist reality. We spent hours talking that night, unpacking fears, insecurities, and the little cracks that had started to show long before the party. I realized that even in a loving relationship, misunderstandings can feel like betrayal. Trust, once shaken, demands time, patience, and clarity to rebuild. I don't remember exactly when the laughter stopped echoing in my mind, but I do remember the moment I let go of that suffocating doubt. It wasn't easy. There were tears, apologies, and silent nights filled with reflection. But we rebuilt slowly, carefully. That party, that single laugh, taught me a lesson I'll carry forever. Love is complicated, fragile, and sometimes terrifyingly misunderstood. But if you can navigate the confusion with honesty and patience, even the sharpest shocks can become lessons, not scars. To anyone listening, I want you to reflect on the small signs, the unspoken fears, and the moments that test your trust. Love is worth it, but it's also human, messy, imperfect, and sometimes painful. If this story resonated with you, please share your experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that reveal the hidden truths behind the smiles we see every day.